1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
The results are in, John.
Did we win?
We have a winner.
It's us, right?
Well, in Tuesday Night Trivia, we have a winner.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, it was a close run.
Are you sure, though? I mean, will there need to be a recount?
Nope.
Any claims of fake trivia?
No, I don't think there were any claims of fake trivia that I know of yet, but we haven't announced the winner.
Well, we'll find out.
It's all in the timing.
Don't worry, this is going to go to the Board of Trivia Canvassers for final certification.
Oh, this just in. Donald Trump is questioning the validity of the answer and the winner.
You know, he did chime in yesterday.
I checked your front yard. There is not a lineup of people ready to insurge yet, but it's early.
Oh, okay. Well, that's odd. Most days there's people out there. Yes, you are listening to Mike and John Got It Going On, brought to you by Firehouse Doors, our post-election episode.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes. Election. Thank goodness.
Yeah,
now there will, for at least, what, about 18 months we might hear or not hear or see a political sign ad.
18 months? You're so funny.
12 months?
Maybe 12 days.
Maybe
12 days.
Till the 2024
You know what I'm going to miss? Is all the friends who've been checking in with me for the last month on texting me. You know, Al and Jeremy and Susie, curious about, how I was doing and who I was going to vote for. I'm going to miss those texts.
Yeah.
And then I had to delete and block. But,
wow.
Yeah.
You got a lot of texts about the election. I don't think I got any.
You didn't?
Nobody cared who I was voting for or what I was doing.
Flying under the radar, fella.
I do. I kind of, this is what happens when you don't pay attention to your text. I get a lot of people trying to sell me stuff. But they weren't trying to sell me anybody to vote for yet.
Right.
That's coming in 2024.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Okay. So we're only a year and halfway.
So
all right, so we got that going for us.
We do.
Coming up also, we'll get to our 2-cent history lesson, find out some of the answers and who was right in our Tuesday night trivia, also known as election night trivia, which had nothing to do with elections. I think it gave
ENT.
People,
not ear, nose, throat, but election night
trivia. Had nothing to do with the election, so I think maybe some people needed it.
Well, yeah,
a little escape.
You want to lighten it up.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Here's wait for it. Here's the thing.
Of all the ads and news stories that said about the uncertainty of our country that will become certain, here's one thing that's certain. No matter what, the future is uncertain.
What?
Thank you.
Now, wait a minute.
Mike, in 2024, it's uncertain.
No, I went to a tarot card reader who told me. All right. I'm half waiting for one of the networks to start just doing that now. Let's go to a tarot card reader. Well, I see the queen of whatever for Lauren Boebert. So you're like, okay,
we've got the magic 8 ball. That's about as certain as the future is, okay?
Perhaps that's what we needed to do for the next election, is just do Facebook Live with a magic 8 ball. Magic 8 ball.
Right.
I will say this, and we're going to get into local election results here, but, nationally, so far, once again, if you're a pollster,
I wouldn't want to be a pollster.
Start thinking about a new career. Yeah. So just like people who were into VCR repair, kind of had to find something else to do.
Go from pollster to pole dancer.
There you go.
Could be your future. It's uncertain.
Absolutely.
On how much you could make. But there is potential.
And then when you see people saying, support the poll workers, you could get included in that.
There you go.
I mean, it's a different kind of spell different, but you know what I mean.
Sure. Let's get the latest. All right. Local news, Gigo News, brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
All right, here's what's going on. In her third straight election night upset, Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin defeated challenger Tom Barrett by a margin of 51 to 47%. Libertarian candidate Leah Daley of South Lyon pulled in 2% of the vote for the 7th District, which is centered on Lansing but includes all of Livingston County. The Associated Press called the race for Slotkin just after 3 a.m. On Wednesday, and Barrett then phoned Slotkin and conceded. According to the Detroit News, Slotkin's campaign said she won Brighton, Howell, Grand Ledge, DeWitt Township, and the city of DeWitt in GOP-leaning counties, as well as in Eaton County, Barrett's home county. The race was the second most expensive in the nation. Both campaigns and outside groups spent over $37 million. Meanwhile, Republicans maintained their lock on Livingston County, easily winning all 9 county commission races, as well as at least 3 of 4 state legislative contests. In the 48th House District, Republican Jason Wolford of Howell and Democrat Jennifer Conlin of Ann Arbor remain neck and neck as of Wednesday morning, each with about 49% of the vote. The race remains uncalled by the AP. However, in the 49th District, incumbent Republican Ann Bolin beat back a challenge by Democrat Christina Kefkakis 55 to 42%. And in the 50th District, Republican incumbent Bob Bazat easily defeated Democrat Glenn Miller 66 to 33%. The race for the 22nd state Senate seat also saw Democrat Jordan Genso lose to incumbent Republican Lana Tice 61 to 35%. Voters in Brighton also solidly rejecting a proposal for recreational marijuana to be sold in the city 58 to 42%. Unofficial results can be found through the Livingston County Clerk's website, and we put that link at mikeandjohnpodcast.com. A fire Monday in Brighton Township heavily damaged a home after a hot lawnmower ignited debris inside a garage. The Brighton Area Fire Authority says units were called just after 2 p.m. Monday to a residential fire in the 5300 block of Daniel Drive. According to Fire Marshal Rick Boisvert, the fire started in the garage of the home and caused heavy damage to the residence as it spread through the connected attic. The homeowner had just completed mowing the lawn and leaves and parked his riding mower in the garage, according to Boisvert, who said shortly after they noticed the fire, the investigation determined the origin and cause to be the lawnmower. Boisvert said they encourage all residents to allow their yard equipment to cool outside before storing it inside, and to definitely blow off or rinse any accumulated grass or leaves, especially this time of year. And that's what's going on.
The news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton, Brighton's preeminent jewelry store with a commitment to customer service, community involvement, honesty, professionalism, and exquisite merchandise. The latest designs from Simon G. and Zagani in stock. Stop by and see Mark and Barb today at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, Main Street in downtown Brighton. It's your first and last stop for that perfect one-of-a-kind keepsake. Shop now in time for the holidays online at cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com. Yeah, I've heard of the lawnmower type fires like that, but I always blow mine off before putting it away.
I blow mine off too. Like, I don't want to mow. I'm blowing you off.
I get the blower out and I make sure, so you don't have any leftover stuff. But
it's the thing, you don't think about those things. Another thing that I think people don't necessarily think about is if they have a grill or a fire pit, and even though they're done grilling or fire pitting, they leave it too close to the house and siding will catch fire. Yeah. So I've seen that a number of times. People are like, oh yeah.
So an unfortunate thing, but something to keep an eye on.
There you go. Election results and fire safety tips right here on mikeandjohnpodcast.com.
So now that the pot ordinance, the pot ordinance has been voted down.
Right.
They don't have to have that emergency meeting to say
they're still having it.
Oh, they're going to have that meeting?
Brighton Council on Thursday the 10th will meet. And my prediction, and that's all it is that they
let's go to the tarot cards.
We can have the tarot cards. They will not take up the ordinance that they had ready to go.
The backup plan.
They will just simply say, oh, okay, we're all good. And issue solved, or issue resolved. It'll never come back up again except in next year.
Okay.
When it comes back again. So.
All right, well.
But the voters have spoken. I mean, you
that's what yesterday was all about, the voters speaking. How about that?
And then the politicians can shut up.
They won't.
I know.
No, they
won't.
A
fella can dream, can he?
Yes, he can. In last night's election night trivia.
ENT.
Brought to you by Tanya Z.
Yes.
Tanya Zirkle.
Sold by Tanya Z.
Yes.
She's the kind of realtor that makes sure you're comfortable in your home buying process or home selling process.
Well, comfort is the key.
Exactly. That can be very stressful to go through that.
It can.
She makes sure that you're comfortable and you feel good about it.
I'm comfortable right now sitting in my
I
bouncy
can tell
ball
that you
chair.
are. Sold by Tanya Z.
The question, when it comes to our vehicles, 11% of us have never used this. Never looked at it, quite frankly. I don't know what it is. Some great guesses. 4-wheel drive. Some people might not even know they have it.
You know, you got the little switch now.
Yeah.
I
I don't have
Did I
that.
turn that on?
I don't have that switch. I have that fake manual deal in my car.
Is that the one where it goes
You
sideways?
can put it sideways
Yeah.
and you act like you're shifting by going boop, boop, boop.
The only time I ever
know?
use it is when I accidentally bump
And
it.
you're going, why are my RPMs so
I
high?
know, like, oh yeah, sorry.
The bright lights. The brights.
Ah.
Yeah,
Or-
fog lights, whatever you want to call
Or
them.
people who conversely overuse the brights or never turn off their brights.
With the LEDs now, do you really need it any brighter? You know, I mean, they're pretty bright as it is. Wendy said seatbelts. 11% never use their seatbelts. You can't have the man tying you down like that, John.
That seems
You can't have that.
high,
Yeah.
but okay.
I think it's just kind of automatic, except for in the 80s when they had that thing that just automatically.
It's more like the 90s. Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I had an Escort that used to do that. And you could just unbuckle it and be like, yeah. Okay. And the little thing would just go, no belt attached to it. No, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I did that.
No, you wouldn't do that because you were concerned about safety.
Well,
in
yes,
the
I
80s and
was.
90s.
Oh, God, yes.
Linda
If
said-
you would have known me then, you would have seen, wow, that guy is very safe.
He's a radical.
Look how safe he is.
He's so safe he's wearing a
He's
helmet
so
when he drives.
safe.
He's in his Escort with the safety belt cut and a helmet on.
Here, let me tell you, I was in my Escort. I was safe from getting laid. Anyway,
There were no worries about that.
so
Turn signals. And there are people that you wonder, have you ever used a turn signal? Because there are people that just... There's times when I think to myself, I flip on the turn signal and I'm turning and I'm like, you know what? There's nobody even around.
yeah,
Is
if
there
I
a drone
if
above me
I
that could
don't
be checking on
if
me?
I don't see anybody behind me or in front of me in any direction, yeah, I may not turn up, but many times I just will out of habit.
Yeah.
But if anyone's even around, yeah, I'll turn it on. I'm going to let you know. And then there's those people who haven't quite learned that the little lever that's right, here's your hands, here's your drive. Well, let's be honest, it's more like this.
All right, so we're driving like this.
Yeah, you're like,
Where are you up here?
all you gotta
Over
do
here?
is bink.
10 to 2.
This is too hard. I can't do this. I'm texting and eating Fritos.
Kendra says the radio dial.
Yeah. Well, who listens to the radio anymore?
I don't know.
You know,
Crazy
who
people.
Who needs radio?
That's a good question. Susan said the jack.
Right.
First of all, you'd have to know where it's at.
There's that. And they
Now,
may
wait a
not
minute.
even have
Here's
a
the
good
deal.
jack anymore.
Here's the deal, because a lot of vehicles don't come with a spare tire anymore.
Right.
So do they even give you a jack with
No,
the car?
they don't.
Yeah, because
If they don't, yeah, they give you. It's ridiculous. So stupid.
let's see, the tilt steering wheel.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't even know how to use that thing. It's like, oh, this is how that works. I'm driving. Cruise control, what a great guess. The emergency brake, a lot of folks said that. I only use it in my Mustang. It's a stick shift. As far as the emergency brake goes, parking brake.
Yeah,
Other than that,
I mean,
I don't. You just kind of count on that car to be parked.
I mean, if you park on like an extreme angle, like on a hill or something, maybe, but yeah, pretty rare.
The luggage rack, sedan, overdrive, says Carla. The horn. How often do you use your horn?
I just used it the other day.
I was going to use it at the
So.
gas station the other day. Remember we were
Right,
talking about that?
right,
But I
yeah.
didn't.
I had to use it in a parking garage. All right, I got
Yeah.
to tell you, this is another thing. Hello, parking garage etiquette. Okay, when you're in a parking garage and you pull into a spot, take your foot off the brake. All right, because then people come up on it and they go, oh, maybe they're going to pull out. I'll just wait here and block all the traffic. And you're like waiting there and you're like, yeah. And then you just, they're not going to move. But maybe they will.
Don said recirculating the air. Some people haven't figured out what that little signal's for on the buttons.
Right. Like, is it It's pointing back at me. What happens?
I'm not sure what's happening here.
What is it accusing me?
Drew said a lighter. I don't think cars have lighters anymore.
I mean, they have the lighter
socket.
socket,
But Carlos said the ashtray. Let's see, anything else that rings a bell? The adjustable foot pedals. I don't have adjustable foot pedals on mine.
I don't. Yeah.
No. That must be an oldie thing. The back seat says Katie.
It's in our future.
Is that what it is? The adjustable pedals?
Here you go.
The back seat said Katie.
Well,
it depends on what you're using the back seat. I just throw stuff back there now.
I wasn't using it in my Escort, that's for sure.
I was thinking, there's too many McDonald's wrappers back there.
No.
Pizza boxes.
When I got the Ford Pro, however,
oh yeah,
things started changing. Well,
Wendy said the visor. Yeah, sure.
As Mike changes the subject really quick.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. The brightness adjuster on the dash.
Oh, like the lights on your dash.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, when you get a new car trying to find
right.
that, you're like,
I can't.
How come it's so dark?
What is this? Oh, there it is. Got it.
Got it. The little coat hanger thingy. Somebody said, for your clothes. How many people actually use that?
Occasionally. Sometimes I just use the hand pull thing that's there as the coat hanger.
Yeah.
Because they only put the coat hanger a lot of times on just one side of the vehicle.
Right, because that's where you're supposed to hang your dry cleaning job.
But it's whatever door I open, I want to hang it right there. I have to go around to the other side of the car.
That's a lot of work.
Come on.
Drew said the ejection seat.
Oh, if we only had one.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
We did get 2 people that got it right. The first one to get it correct was Ashley Jean-Baptiste.
Oh.
And the answer.
You spoke French.
I did. The owner's manual.
Yeah.
The manual. You know, the thing in the glove compartment. The only time I look at that is when I need to figure out what's the little light mean.
Or
if there's something.
How to turn off the oil change indicator, because you go get your oil change and then you've got to reset it and you're like, I don't know. Most of the time I just YouTube. I'm like, how do you reset it?
So
just
you
show
don't
me.
need
Oh
to
yeah,
understand.
thanks.
Next thing you know, they're just going to have one of those RS codes where you just scan it and
right.
they'll take it to your manual.
Why wouldn't they?
You know, then they can save the paper.
Yeah. Or why can't we just have a kit car? Yeah. Kit, reset the oil.
That's a good idea. You should get
okay, Michael.
And congratulations to Ashley Jean-Baptiste, the winner in today's trivia, or last night's trivia. When it comes to our vehicles, only 11% of us have never used the manual.
Right.
So that means a lot of us have pulled that manual out for something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe to check, am I supposed to get my oil changed?
That's what I'm saying.
30,000 miles.
But how often?
Yeah, not often.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
Maybe once, and then you're done with it. Then back in his little
and it
zipper
sits
case
in your glove box for
taking up space.
Yeah, right.
And you're trying to move stuff around. There's this big manual.
And there's a bunch of napkins and straws.
couple of condiment packets.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something
A couple
else.
condoms in that Escort.
Not in the Escort.
Never used. 1988.
How old are these?
They're a little dry.
All right, Election Night Trivia brought to you by Sold by Tanya Z.
Absolutely.
Comfort is the key.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Ashley. We'll have another question coming up tonight. Tomorrow, the Less You Know with Rich Perlberg is coming up.
And we will...
he'll give us his election analysis.
We're going to have a post-election analysis where he and we will be geniuses. We held off on the pre-election analysis. Instead said, you know what? Let's break it down afterwards. Yeah. And we can all just say, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
I'm on a chart.
I knew that.
Chuck Todd. That's what I want.
I don't
see. Look at this.
I don't like Chuck. No, I'm not.
No, you don't go to Chuck Todd for your results.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was scanning around the different networks and things like that last night, and so David Muir, who's ABC's guy, and he's very polished, and he's got that hello, hi there kind of look about him. He could be a mannequin in Neiman Marcus window.
I see. And that's not Chuck Todd.
No, that's not Chuck Todd. No, Chuck Todd.
Chuck
Todd looks like he could be selling hot dogs on the street in a cart.
Well, he could. He's got
hot dog or presidential prediction.
Chuck Todd's Red Hots. I'm Chuck Todd. Would you like a red dog or a blue dog? Come on.
But David Muir, I said more than once last night, I could tell he wasn't really listening to the people that, like the correspondents or whatever, because they would make a point and then he would restate it almost literally word for word. And you'd be like, they just said that.
Well, that's how David Muir does it.
I
Chuck
guess.
Todd does not.
Like, are you even listening? You have an earpiece in your ear. You've got the other ear's free. You should be able to hear it in one of those ears.
Wow.
Like more than once, though.
You're pretty critical of
I'm
some
just
of these
like,
news
you know,
guys.
well, when you were like, I get it in the heat of the moment, but like more than one, several times.
So
I'm
do
like,
you think
okay,
that would be
they
kind
just
of an
said that.
equivalent to when I'm giving some of these trivia answers and then you come back a minute later
Shut up.
and give the same
Shut
answer
up.
that I just
Shut
read?
up. Shut up.
Okay, David
You know what?
Muir,
You know what I
Chuck
just?
saying?
You're right.
Chuck Todd wouldn't
I
do
am
that.
the David Muir of trivia.
Yeah, you are.
Indistinguishable
You
from
have
David
the
Muir.
headphones on. John will be doing. He'll be a mannequin.
Yeah, in Neiman Marcus for their new
No, Tanger
Big
Outlet.
Boy collection.
He'll be a Tanger Outlet Mall standing in the window. Okay.
We don't have to see this face anymore.
All right.
Yes.
That's enough of the news.
Grow
guy.
up.
Yeah, let's. So tomorrow we'll have the less you know
Right.
with Rich Prover. We have our 2-cent history lesson coming up. Want to thank Firehouse Stores, of course, OG sponsor of Mike and John Got It Going On. They just fixed John's garage door opener the other day in the middle of a power outage.
Yeah, they did. Without power, came in. They were ready. Had lamps to go. You know, the garage is dark.
That's right.
And
Broken spring. You
They
can
got it
mess
done.
with your garage door all the time.
yeah, I mean, and the repair super quick.
Yep. Firehouse Stores, veteran-owned and operated business. Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. Firehouse Stores, your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling over steel overhead door needs for the past 21 years. Going on 22, Firehouse Stores has been Livingston County's only authorized distributor of CHI overhead doors. Call today, 810-599-7480. Firehouse Stores. We appreciate their support
Absolutely.
from the get-go. 2-cent
That would
history.
be the GG, not the OG, the Get Go. Because they
That's
were
right.
the first sponsor.
You know, we're going to have to print them up something for that. don't
You know, we
think?
really should.
Our printer's working now.
It is working.
And John, being the genius that he is,
I'm the David Muir of printer repair. Oh wait,
Chuck Todd.
Chuck
Print-
Todd.
Chuck Todd.
Chuck Todd.
I'm a guy with 2 first names.
yeah, that's true.
Chuck Todd.
Yeah, I Googled it.
Way to go.
Thank
you know
you.
who else had 2 first names? Butch Patrick. You know who Butch Patrick is,
I
John?
do.
Butch Patrick. Eddie
So,
Munster.
Eddie Munster.
All right.
Dun.
Why I thought of that, I don't know.
You know what? That's fine. This is the place to think that.
It really
kind
is.
of
You got to
crap.
expand your thoughts.
Oh God, yeah.
Chuck Todd, Butch Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's start a little thing on our Facebook page about people with 2 first names.
Okay.
How about females?
Well, I'm on there right now, so let me.
How about females like maybe somebody named Mary Patrick or, but it has to be first and last name, not 2 first name
I'll
first
do that
names.
later. That's boring. Anyway,
Fine.
well, we're letting the election coverage consume.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everybody's
We're letting
Just chewing on
and
that
a little bit
this
later
morning.
when people are ready to like put that in the rearview mirror.
yeah.
Then we'll hit them with the
When-
Chuck Todd-Butch Patrick.
is the you're gonna
You know
pull
what?
that off, aren't you?
I'm telling you right now, that sounds like the ticket for 2024.
Chuck Todd.
Todd Patrick.
Todd Patrick.
Todd Patrick.
Or would it be
Or
Chuck
Butch.
Butch Chuck?
Or yeah, or would you flip it around?
Butch Chuck.
Yeah.
Butch Chuck.
I think Chuck Todd would be at the top of the ticket.
All right.
Well, actually, no. If you put Butch, Patrick Todd, I don't know. Who would you vote for? Well,
Eddie Munster.
I don't know. Eddie
Chuck
Munster
Todd, the
seemed
hot
like
dog
he seems like the kind of guy I could have a beer with. I think I'll vote for him.
guy. Well, I do like having the candidate you could have a beer with.
I like the kind of candidate who can do the job.
Well, you could have a beer with him too. You know, if he was like my dad, it's like you kind of rate the job by how much beer you have. This looks like a 12-packer, Mike.
Okay.
This looks like a case of beer
That-
job.
that is a
so
skill.
if you're running for president, that's how you
Okay.
go for it.
Right.
You know what? This is a kegger. This is definitely a kegger.
Right now?
And none of that foreign
This
keg.
is
No way.
beer beer bong time. Okay. I'm sorry, forget the kegger. If we're judging the size of the job, okay, this is a 6-pack, 12-pack case keg.
So you're running for president. It's a beer bong.
Where we're at right now, we're going to need to do beer bongs until we die from alcohol poisoning.
Well, maybe that's how they should have the debates. Who can hold the most beer?
At this point, why not? Sure.
I don't know. Do you think so? So Trump is probably going to run. He's kind of
He says he's
kind of laid the
next week.
Yeah. Well, I'll make this. I got an announcement coming up next week. What's it going to be? I'm going golfing. Probably not.
That's right.
So if it's and then they were saying last night, Chuck Todd said that Biden was going to discuss it with his family. That's what they were covering on the NBC coverage.
Right.
So he's going to talk to his family if he can find them. Guys, so they're going to decide whether or not he's going to run again. And his thing would be if Trump runs, I'm the only guy that's beat him. Right. So I would be the only person that could beat him again. Yeah. So that would be the logic in that. But then you got two old guys who are going to be in their freaking 80s by the time this election comes up. So they should have a kegger and see who can down the most brewskis.
I noticed last night.
Somewhat sober.
Well, please. No, come on. Come on now.
Wouldn't that be fun? Drunk debate.
No, but it would be fun. I agree. What would be more fun is if you gave each a bottle of beer or some beer and said, you got to start, but it was O'Doul's, but you didn't tell them it was O'Doul's, and see if they pretended to get drunk. And they did. I messed up. That's O'Doul's,
but I can still figure it out.
So I did notice last night. I think a House candidate in Florida was the first millennial elected to Congress, 20-something.
Wow.
And the first.
It's like the Doogie Howser.
Yeah.
Of,
no, I'm sorry. No, it was the first Gen Z. My mistake.
Gen Z.
First Gen Z elected to Congress. And
Gen Z.
I thought that was interesting. So you're seeing some of these other generations kind of move into the political sphere, but at the top, it is like hard and fast, where you're just like, hey, boomers, hit the road.
You need some of the Gen Zs in there to kind of show the...
You need Gen Xers.
That's what we need, Gen Xers?
You need Gen Xers.
Yeah. What comes after Gen Z, by the way?
I don't know what the new... I think Gen Z is still current. Oh, no, there was iGen. I've heard that one.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know that. Oxygen. So you got oxygen at the top. Gen Z at the bottom. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. We're a bit calcified at the top of the political scale. I don't care what your politics are. They're too old. They're just too old. All right? And this is an old guy talking.
It is. Yeah. Considering, if... you look at us, we would be youngsters.
Yeah, we would.
For the most part.
Are you kidding me? We'd be children. Well, we would be children.
Well, of course. We would govern from the basement.
We would. Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome
to the Oval Office.
We don't need any fancy parlors or anything like that. Heck no. Velour paintings.
All right. Merino King 2024. We're announcing.
Chuck Todd will be talking about us.
Chuck Todd. Yeah, that's true. And we've consulted our tarot reader
and our magic 8-ball. And we know where the country's going.
We're it.
One thing is, it's uncertain. All right.
I heard that.
All right, let's get to our 2-cent history lesson, by the way.
Right.
Brought to you by Drew Goebel.
Of Oakland Insurance. And Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance, by the way. Don't forget them.
Do they have a Christmas store? Frankenmuth Insurance?
I'm sure
they should.
I think they have nice Christmas decorations. I'm pretty sure.
They probably do.
Yeah. But they believe the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair. Call Drew Goebel of Oakland Insurance, 248-647-2500.
All right. Today being November 9th, it is, I know you're going to find this odd, the day after elections.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos Never Dies Day.
Oh, right. That's nice.
Started with Get Smart.
Sorry. A little chaos there.
I think so. Yeah. Chaos Never Dies Day. It's also a World Adoption Day. Adopt something.
Okay.
Whether it's a new law, a cat, a dog,
or
a kid, or a new way of life.
Right.
Adopt something.
Okay.
Let's also go to an art museum day.
I do want to go see the new Van Gogh exhibit at the DIA.
Cover your ears. You know how Van Gogh was.
Wow. I hereby resign from the Merino King ticket.
I'm on top again.
Yeah, I'm forming my own party.
Well, it's a kegger.
Escort backseat party.
1847.
It's just me.
It's a solo ticket. It's like he's going alone in euchre.
Doing a loner. Yeah.
A woman gave birth to a child with the aid of anesthetic for the first time on this day in 1847. Wow.
I'm guessing ether. Probably.
I don't know what her name was. It might have been Esther.
Hey-o.
Gail Borden in 1859. You know who Gail was?
It has to do with milk?
Patented evaporated milk.
Thank you. I figured.
So, why do they call it evaporated milk? Does it become powder? And then you add water?
It's evaporated.
It's evaporated.
It says right
It's
on
like,
the
what happened to the milk?
Duh.
It evaporated. I invented that.
They take all the water out. I guess.
You got powder milk, you buy a box of
milk,
powder.
and then when you have to use it, you're like, this is cruddy. I don't like
It's
this.
kind of like having ice milk instead of ice cream. It's just
Oh,
not
no,
the same.
that's no good.
My mom tried to pass that off on us as kids.
No.
George Claude, another guy with two first names, not to be confused with Chuck Todd or Butch Patrick.
Or Butch Patrick.
1911, invented neon signs. Thank you, George Claude. What's your favorite neon sign? Open? You ever drive by and it's middle of the night and you see an open sign and they're not really open?
And
all the lights are off.
You kind of always
except for
want
the neon sign.
You maybe want to email, hey, you left your sign on.
1938, the holiday Sadie Hawkins Day, where girls get to ask the guys out, was invented in a comic strip by cartoonist Al Cap.
Al Cap?
You know Al Cap.
Yeah, I do know Al Cap.
Sadie Hawkins Day. Do they even do like the Sadie Hawkins dances anymore?
I doubt it.
Yeah, it was a big thing.
I don't, yeah.
Did you ever get, when you were driving your Escort, did you ever get asked to a Sadie Hawkins dance?
Maybe for a ride.
Hey, could you give me a ride to the Sadie Hawkins dance?
You can stay in the parking lot, but yeah. I don't think so.
Sadie Hawkins dance. I don't know. Yeah, you don't really hear that anymore.
I mean, there is Sadie Hawkins Day. They still
that's
celebrate it, but yeah, but
the girl asked the guy out.
See, now this says it's November 13th.
Well, this is the day that it was invented.
Oh, right. Okay.
The day that it was invented by Al Cap. He was a cartoonist.
Yeah. Who did? Wait,
Well,
no.
Now you're thinking Andy Cap.
You're right. It's exact. And then I thought pub fries.
So I was going to say,
right to the
in
pub
the back
fries.
seat, there's an empty handicap fries.
At least one.
Elvis Presley's Hound Dog in 1958 exceeded the 3 million copies mark being sold in the U.S., becoming only the third single to do so to that date. The other two, Bing Crosby's White Christmas and Gene Autry's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Wow.
So it was the first non-Christmas type song, non-holiday song, to sell 3 million copies here in the U.S. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Rocking all the time.
19...
Or no, barking all the time. Was it barking all the time?
Yeah, barking all the time.
Yeah.
I had to go through the lyrics in my
Right,
head for a
exactly.
second.
Right.
First I did a little Elvis dance, which you couldn't see on my stability ball chair.
And of course, Elvis, by the way, redid that song. Big Mama Thornton was the original to do it.
That's right.
And her version,
It's a little more bluesy.
it was very bluesy.
And when you say bluesy, you have to say it bluesy. 1967. The first issue of Rolling Stone magazine was published. Happened in San Francisco. It came with a free roach clip
Of course it did.
to hold a marijuana joint. These dang hippies in San Francisco.
You can't even say roach clip.
Not on this show, you can't.
Well, yeah, you can. You just did. But there was a time when we were told, you can't say roach clip. Many, many years ago. You can't say roach clip. Really? Oh, okay. Alligator clip? How's that?
Yeah. I think if somebody has, from that original 1967 Rolling Stone magazine, has a roach clip that came with it,
Let's look on eBay.
can you imagine how much that would be worth?
I'm looking to find out. I bet you it's on
Probably
eBay.
smells a little funny now. Or would you keep it and say, hey, look at this? It's kind of like when you get something free in a magazine and you keep it for a while, thinking
Right, and then at some point you're like, why do I have this Sports Illustrated football phone?
Why is this alligator clip with a Rush sticker and and a feather in the back seat of the Escort? 1988, Garry Kasparov became the world chess champion by beating Anatoly Karpov, who held the title for 10 years.
Very good.
There was no cheating going on back then, although there was thoughts that Anatoly was juicing in the chess match.
I don't care what his religion is. Oh, juicing. Got it. Okay.
Yes. He was drinking a juice box. I don't even think they had juice boxes in 1988. 1989, when juice boxes were around, communist East Germany opened its borders to the West, while joyous citizens danced on the Berlin Wall. You know what dance they were doing, John? On the Berlin Wall.
Macarena?
The Macarena wasn't out yet.
I know.
It was 1989.
They're doing the Clarence Carter.
You're right. They were. I don't know what kind of dance.
I don't know either.
They were dancing on the wall.
Why are you asking me?
Shortly afterwards, East and West Germany eventually reunited.
And it felt so good.
Saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Into one democratic country. They all got along, love one another.
Oh, yeah.
Don't fight over politics.
Mm-hmm. And there's no resentment in the East.
Heck no.
That all the money is in the West.
Yeah.
I see the original magazine is for sale.
But no roach clip.
Yeah.
Do they have a picture of one of those ancient 1967 roach clips on what it might have looked like?
Okay.
We're going to look that up. Well, I tell you, 1996.
We never know where this show's going to go.
This is post-election coverage, and it all ties into Brighton.
Well, that's true. You know? Well, yeah. Clearly, this was all planned out. I mean, some entertainment shows that you might listen to, everything is scripted. There's barely a word that hasn't been written down and pre-gurgitated for you.
The word amazing.
Yeah.
And app.
As I'm sure the viewers/listeners of this show know, we don't do that.
What's a script? It's something you get from your doctor.
That's right.
That's what a script is to this show.
Well.
Okay, so finally, 1996. Van Halen went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart with
Panama.
1996.
Yeah, I know.
The best of Van Halen.
Oh, well.
Volume 1.
Yeah, well, sure.
Volume 1.
Sure.
That
one
is the 2-cent history lesson. Brought to you by Oakland Insurance. Owning a business is a labor of love. There's a song called Labor of Love, too, by ABC. But we're not going to get into that.
We're not going to sing that because I don't really know what that
Your insurance shouldn't make work for you. That's what the insurance agent is for, and that's who Drew Goebel is. Is he not?
Yes, he is. Chuck Todd said so.
That's right. Drew Goebel of Oakland Insurance believes the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair. Therefore, not politicians. You can depend on Oakland Insurance and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance to personally work for you and your business needs. Call them today. 248-647-2500. Drew Goebel, Oakland Insurance. Thank you for sponsoring the 2-cent history lesson. Matter of fact, we should give a shout out to all our sponsors and encourage you if you need any help on any of the things that our sponsors pertain to, whether it's insurance, real estate, garage doors, car needs, Murphy's Family Auto, your car knows. We encourage you to use those businesses. They've been great supporters of
Absolutely.
us from the
and even if if you just come across them or maybe on their Facebook page, whatever, just say, hey, thanks for supporting Mike and John Got It Going On. So, of course, they make all this possible, including MikeandJohnPodcast.com, which has the latest news.
Yes, it does.
And now we have a daily newsletter.
Yes, we do. And our friend Jen, who got me the disability ball, was like, I got my newsletter today.
Right. Exactly.
And then I got it again the next day.
It's easy to sign up. You just go to
daily.
MikeandJohnPodcast.com, click on any of the news stories, and you'll see a link there where you can just enter in your email address, and then you'll start getting the Gigo News email newsletter every day.
So you get the letter. You don't get John reading you the news.
No, I don't.
That's another
I don't pop in your email.
Can we get a little avatar of you popping up reading the news with your headphones on?
Yeah, we could have a subscription service where I will come and read the news to you, but that might be a bit expensive.
Chuck Todd doesn't do that, fella.
He does not. So roach clips, by the way. So I didn't find the Rolling Stone roach clip. I don't see that that's anywhere. I did find a matched set of roach clips that's going for $1,000.
His and hers.
So
just in time for the holidays.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you wanted some Mike and John gear, if you talk to our friends in Spirit of Livingston, maybe you can get your M&J J clip. No, we don't have that. I'm just kidding.
I don't understand this. I don't know why anyone.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what it's. It's a roach clip set, but I'm like, okay.
It looks like a keychain.
Pay $1,000.
No, yeah.
Right. Just use your fingers. And that's what she said.
Why is he holding a gummy with a pair of clippers?
Why is he lighting that gummy?
Those gummies smell funny.
Oh my God!
It's a little harsh. Well, this show is really. This is what you need.
Maybe we need a script. Maybe we do need a script.
yeah, we do.
Okay.
We'll see our doctor for that.
Right.
All right, that's going to do it for today. Before we go, we want to thank our friends at Richter and Associates Property Management.
Licensed real estate brokers and rental property experts in Livingston, Genesee, and Oakland counties with more than 40 years in the business. They're located in downtown Howell. But if you're looking for a rental property, or you have a rental property that you would like managed, Richter & Associates Property Management, they're the ones to call. 517-540-9560 or online, richterassoc.com. RICHTERASSOC.com.
Well done, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
And as we mentioned, one of our sponsors too, Murphy's Family Auto. If you need to get your car ready for the winter, if there's something going on right now, tires, brakes, electrical, you can't figure out how to turn on the dim lights, see our friends.
Oh, the dim lights. Like the damn lights.
Well, if you can't figure that out.
That's true. You're probably going
maybe you should get somebody else driving.
At least that, if not worse. So, right.
Murphy's Family Auto for all your auto repair needs, vehicle maintenance as well. Get it ready for the upcoming winter. Call Murphy's Family Auto today, 517-552-3040. They're open on Saturdays from 8 to 1. And if you mention Mike and John, 5% off. In this economy, 5%. Helps out everywhere you go.
You need to start wearing headphones.
Oh, you started playing the music.
I hit the theme, but I stopped it.
People are going to think this show is unscripted and unplanned.
So,
all right, now you can hit the theme.
Now can I hit the theme?
Yeah, I was reading this.
I know. Well, I didn't want to.
Together,
you're right. Murphy's Family Auto, 517-552-3040, or murphysfamilyauto.com. And
now you can hit the song.
Good.
Mike and John got it going on. You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
All right.
I think we used a lot of our post-show stuff in the show.
That's why we need a script.
We need a grid, a plan.
Oh, grid. We used to have to grid the show. Oh, these are back in the day. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
post-election day, now that all this is over.
It's not over. But yeah,
it's not over?
It's not over. It's not over till we say it's over. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Forget it. Germans? Forget it. He's rolling.
Okay.
Well, and it ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Ah.
He's all by himself in the back of that Escort again. Yeah. Was that like your favorite car or what?
Oh, no.
The Escort?
No.
No, the Nova wasn't it?
Kind of was.
Yeah.
It was the first car, so
yeah. You can't always remember your first car, whether it's good or bad.
Right.
And my first car, although I treated it like it was like a Lamborghini or something, it's just a '73 Gran Torino.
A lot of room in that backseat.
There was.
Not our room. Escort. I didn't need it.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Yep, there was a lot of room in there.
Okay, that was it. Oh, I didn't know.
Bench back seat.
Go on.
But the thing about my Torino was it was brown with the top half, the back half of the top, the top of the car was vinyl, so that was white. But when we went to look at the car, it when you open the trunk, the inside of the trunk was yellow. So my dad's like, well, this car's been painted. It was probably like an Earl Scheib job, which it was.
Well, you can remember Earl Scheib.
Yeah.
You have to be of a certain age to remember Earl Scheib.
It was kind of the Mako of the 70s and 80s. So yeah, that was. But I treated it like it was,
Well, yeah.
It was the cat's pajamas.
I used to talk to my car.
I yelled in the car a lot.
Well, when I say talk, I mean
voice.
yelled. And there might have been a slight indentation in the dashboard.
So
I was guilty of domestic violence against my car.
I was going to say that was automotive abuse.
Right. So
we might be able to report that now.
Yeah. I don't know. You're right. I don't know.
AAA of America may be coming after you.
Right.
This guy's he's dented many a hoods and dashboards.
Well, just that one.
Yeah,
I learned.
And he abused the
I grew up.
seatbelt.
Yeah.
You grew up.
No, the dashboards got harder.
Yeah, they used to have kind of a padding.
They did, right? Now
it was kind of intense.
It was before airbags. No, really before airbags because your head would go right into the dashboard.
Yeah, you needed something.
Like,
soft.
we'll just pad this thing right here for your
put this
head.
little thin layer of padding.
Exactly.
That'll save you. Should have had your seatbelt on, dummy. All right, that's going to do it for today's post show.
Thank God.